Welcome to Guys Tarot. This is for the sign of Gemini. This is a Celtic cross. Welcome back, Gemini. What should they be aware of? Gemini. One more time, Gemini. The Chariot. You're victorious. You took action. And right now, the problem is a decision you must make after you took action. I think everything is going to be well. Yeah, especially because you're coming from another victory, a tiny one in the past. It's just that maybe you need to come to realize your purpose, your intention in this thing you're doing. I don't blame you. You have a lot of weight on your shoulders, burden. And it's not really financial because you have been saving and preparing yourself for this, but the weight is too much and it's making you blind about this crossroad. You're in front of a crossroad and you need to make a difficult choice, but it must be made. So it's gonna need your sense of patience, realization, self-purpose. So in other words, purpose, intention, truthfulness. You might be having an awakening after this victory. So the victory happened fast. I think that is actually what left you in this state of being blindfolded in front of the choice that you had to make. And that is because it happened so fast. It's affecting you. Let's continue reading here. Ooh, this makes sense. The Eight of Swords. And you have Justice in your card. In your spread. The Justice card. So, there's nothing to worry about, Gemini. You're closing with Taurus energy, and that is the Queen of Pentacles. So, that is already the response to the culminating succession of things. There has been so many things happening, but then suddenly you were confronted with this decision. And right now, not only the problem is that you don't know what to do, because whatever choice you make, there will be harm involved in the decision. That's why it's such a difficult choice. But you're trapped in your mind. You're stuck about this choice. And that is, your challenge is the Two of Swords, and you're looking at all this problem with the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is indicating that you need to let go of an old story. You need to release the shackles. So these shackles are pretty much mental formations you have been creating around this problem. I don't blame you. Again, that's because of the baggage. You have too much baggage. And I'm happy to see that you were able to move. So you moved. You could say away from this. I'm seeing like it's something that, like, moving away from something or someone. And this decision is not only heavy on your shoulders, but it's right now gonna be heavy on your mind. So it's gonna be heavy in your mental state. That's why the Judgment card is coming here asking you to remove the mask behind the mask. Unveil your soul. There's no need to be apologetic about this hard choice. It's your choice and you're gonna own it. You're gonna own this choice, Gemini. But you need that sense of, you could say, truthfulness to yourself. You need to trust trusting that you are your only judge. So the judgment card, in general, it tells the person your only judge is yourself. That's why it's a card of patience, awakening, self-realization, healing. It's a process of pretty much waking up to your true self. And you're doing that in a way that you don't need to apologize about it. So the judgment card in the next few days, asking you, make sure you have a purpose and a pure intention. Your intention should be pure, not an instrumental intention. That means something based on instrumental values. You want to have your intention pure, and your motive must be pure when you have intrinsic values in your decision. Your decision must be made based upon intrinsic values, not instrumental values. And I hope everybody understands what that means. So at this point, you're going to be a subject of activity instead of being an object of activity. Right now, you were both. You were an object of activity because that's why you have so much baggage on your shoulders, but you manage well. And right now, this victory that is going to put you in motion, you're probably traveling and moving to a new location. This victory, it's going to put you in front of a hard choice. The only way you're going to make that choice and have the peace of mind that you're going to leave that old story behind is following the advice of the judgment card. And that is, Gemini, as I mentioned, choosing as the subject of activity. You're not going to be choosing as an object of activity. This is usually hard for people because you're going to be presented with a moral dilemma, and you need to bring your objectivity into this. So that's why you have the Justice card here in your hopes and fears. So the Justice card is actually inviting you not only to make this hard choice with objectivity and clarity, but learn from this lesson. That's what this card invites people to do most of the time. Learn from this lesson. It's karma. And not only that, but there might be a lot of need from you to act with a sense of balance. That's why it's the Justice card. You have to have the perfect stand of assimilation of the problem and be in a non-dual way. So the non-dual spot is like almost invisible because it's perfect. You're not taking any position into each party or either party. You're in the center, non-dual, impartial. Sorry, I'm thinking in Spanish. So impartial. So this sort of decision, I'm sorry to see this, Gemini, but I can tell it's a big moment in your life because you have these four major arcanas. You have Cancerian, Leo, and you also have Libra in this spread. So right now, at this point, what you can do is know that the decision must be made with these criteria. And then the unfolding card is good. That means you are going to do the right thing. You're going to choose the right course of action. And that's not only because what's affecting you, it's a positive outsource or someone or something that is engaged with you in this endeavor. It's actually seeing it as an opportunity to have a bright future with you. And again, remember, this is a Celtic cross reading, not a love reading, but it looks at everything. So I need to communicate everything. And this can only mean that the person or this thing you're connecting with, it's going to be a bright future for you. And I can see that with the closing card. the Queen of Pentacles. So this means, again, mostly the reading is about something related to work. And that's because the Queen of Pentacles is indicating probably a promotion, or not only a promotion, but maybe a path or a new open door that will turn into a channel for growth, professional growth. You see what I mean? Like a promotion or going to a higher rank. So that's what's going to happen in the next few days. Excellent energy, guys. Very nice, Gemini. I'm happy to see this. I remember 3 or 4 days ago, your reading didn't have that much of a good outcome when it came to yourself. But now we're looking at the healing process. You're healing from this liberation. You're sort of like freeing yourself. It's gonna hurt and it's gonna cut, but then you're gonna be free. And only using that impartiality and being able to make a judgment based on purpose and intrinsic values, you're gonna have that new path. It's a new path to a wonderful material and healthy life. Beautiful energy. Thank you, Gemini. Subscribe, share with your friends. I'll see you soon.